Hi, my friends. This is Kathy reading Chapter 12, Reality, from Me, Myself, and Us, Our Energies, Your Power. Some people have beliefs. Actually, many people have beliefs according to their reality. Yeah, this is happening, and this is what I believe. If you are at some place that you don't want to be, you are usually explaining the reasons why you're here. You are talking about it to other people. You're talking about it to yourself. Or you could be complaining about it, which all means you are accepting this as your reality right here and now. Absolutely. If you keep talking about what is going on right here and now in your reality, then that is all you are going to have. If something is bothering you, just change the subject. If it isn't about you, then mind your own business. You can change anything, just go slow. If you talk about a problem, then you need to find an answer, and that slows you down. There are infinite interpretations, solutions, and replies. If you make it into a form of a question, then the answers can flow freely and easily and so much faster to you. With me, a lot of the time is comical. I love to make myself laugh. One of the most important parts about every negative situation that you think that you are going through right now is don't tell your friends, don't tell all your family members and relive that story over and over again. It is done if you say so. You are doing better. Every day is better. You are doing great. Don't relive it and don't rehash it over and over. Doing that just brings it back into your vicinity. It needs to be far away, out of mind, out of sight, and out of your life. It is so easy to get caught up in it because the more you talk about it, the more details that you have and the more details you explain and the more you think about not having them or it not being right or, then the more of that unwanted thing you get. So before you get caught up in that momentum, stop talking about it. Talk about other things, ideas that you appreciate. It's not negating what needs to be done or the way that it is right now. It will just make your acceptance of it, your receiving of it, more in the forefront with another point of view. And then your resistance decreases and your frequency or happiness levels go up. Yep, happier, which means all of a sudden you're able to see it in a different light, just a little bit different, and the things change just because of that. And remember, it's not about letting go of something while reliving the past. It's about focusing on a positive something else from that segment in the past, because there's always something positive. You create your reality, and you don't have to notice the down parts. The part where you owe bills, or your spouse and you aren't getting along, or your family, or your job sucks, or you need, or your friend's drama, anything that is negative with you. You only have to look at those sides of your life sometimes, not very often, and you can always change them into a positive, and you must somehow. And then the ones that you can't change, because you're focusing on the ones that you can, will go away of their own accord. It's easier to stop thinking about or knowing our truth or reality that we live in right now if we have a new truth to focus on. Something positive makes it so much easier. Then with the new truth, you feel like you have more choices and better control, especially if you feel like you don't have a choice in the old truth or in the reality that you are living right now. Actually, it's the old truth if you live here and now. So live in your reality, but don't look down to where you actually are if it is not a happy place, because for one, where you are actually changes every single second, and you can change that next segment to something just a little bit more positive. And then the law of momentum and the law of attraction will kick in. This is what they promised you when you came down to earth. You start it, we'll finish it, we will continue it, we will make it better than what you even asked for. We will be here for you. Well, there's a lot of people who forget it. Live here in your reality because you have to, and you are right now. And you can always think about a positive side of it, and then you'll have all sorts of varieties of things to have fun with. Habits, routines, or rituals, those things that you do every single day, like all of your jobs, well, some of those things you feel like you are forced to do because of who you are or who you are supposed to be according to other people. Oh yeah, that daily reality. If you feel forced to do something and you don't want to do it, then it's not really going to turn out as great as it could. If it is something that you have to do, then try to make it fun, right? You will have a different perspective, and that will change everything. So how do you know if you are forced yourself to do it? By the way that you feel. It all comes down to the emotions. Do I feel good about doing this? Do I feel anxious or a little bit pissed off that I have to do it? Am I overwhelmed? Do I feel like I want to cry? Those are the signs that you probably shouldn't be doing it. Guide your thoughts by the way that you feel. The guidance helps you to be able to interpret the messages or the little clips that make you go down this path instead of that one. Karma is just kind of an excuse for people to give because they're living lives that they don't want to be a part of. You see people living lives that you know that they would not consciously choose for themselves. Well, neither would you. And there are so many scenarios. The thing is, most people don't know or they don't believe that they create their reality because they would never choose that for themselves. So they come up with wonderful excuses that make you and them feel better. I must have been bad in my past life. This is my karmic debt. I must have done something in this life. I have to finish paying off my karma first. I am being punished for this life, for my past lives. Many, many of them, you know, the stuff that was done by your ancestors. You are not paying for anybody else's mistakes. There are no mistakes to be paid for. No such thing as evil spirits or bad karma, and you can change anything. Since you're starting on your other chapter, another segment, get rid of the things that you don't need. If you don't need it, don't save it. If you can make it positive, then you keep it. If you can't change your attitude about it, then you might need to get rid of it because you don't want to relive that anymore. You don't want to be triggered every time you see it. You're trying to move on to where you're supposed to be right now, not to back then. You can't do anything about back then. So how do you get out of things? You change your story just a little bit, and it's not a lie. Either way, you are changing your story to a little by adding more positives in there. What you think is what you believe is what you manifest. So just change your story a little bit and focus on something new and positive in the here and now. It is so wonderful that everything just always works out for you. Just believe. Another great aspect is once you start this and once you start feeling so great all the time, you're never going to go back. You're never ever going to want to go back. And you are never ever going to let anybody try to take you back to that old self. After you realize that you are the one who brings it about in your life, you will start to have joyful anticipation of what is next if you have fun. Learn positivity and how to be more receptive along the way. And you know what one of the best parts about all of this is? It's not knowing what good is going to happen next. The manifestations, the people that I've met, the coincidences, the laughter and the fun. Oh my goodness. Experience is the hardest kind of teacher. It gives you the test first and the lesson afterward. Oscar Wilde. Thank you so much for listening today. My name is Kathy, and until next time, I love you. And our saying is love, learn, and take control. Bye.